Good morning. I am gonna show you all this. We're in my plant room with all of our babies, our soil blocks, and I am gonna show you how I water, because we seem that there's a lot of discussion about how people say their blocks dry out and have to water several times a day. And in fact, I skipped watering mine yesterday so they'd be really dry this morning, so you can see what I do and how I do it. So I pulled a tray out here off of the light shelf to show you. So I don't know if you can tell or not, this is some celosia, bone dry. And so this has not been watered. Today is Tuesday. I watered this Sunday morning, the last time. The room that I'm in is my plant room that gets really, really, really hot. So I keep a bucket of water here so I can just dip my watering can, and I just simply pour more water. I'm trying to watch it through the camera. This is not as easy as it looks. So I'm just pouring enough water to flood the tray, not like in floating them, but to get water flowing all around the tray. More than I think it's going to take, because I'll show you what I do here in just a moment. So this is kind of our example tray. And whoop, 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 I overfilled it. See, I wasn't looking at the front. So there is water about 1/4 of an inch halfway up on these blocks. And so I'm just going to leave that tray. And then I'm going to go and water other trays. So this is what I do. Is I go through and just dump water in, and you can see that I leave a space in my trays the way I set my blocks up, so I have a space to water in. So I'm just pouring water and pouring water, and so I have about 20 trays in here. Not as bad as usual, or not as many as usual, I shouldn't say as bad. And I just pour water until it's flooded. Whoop, and look what I did. Wasn't watching. I decimated one of my blocks. So I'm not going to do any more trays while we're on camera. So you can see that this tray is getting really, really wet, but yet there's still some blocks that aren't quite wet enough. So this is what happens. So by the time I finish watering all of this room with all of these trays, I then go back to the very beginning. Sorry, I'm flashing around. This is what happens when they let me do videos by myself. I go back to the very first tray, and if there's water still standing, which there is, and I'm not going to try to do this on camera because I am sure I'll dump the whole tray, I just simply pick up that tray and just gently pour off any excess. I have a drain in the middle of my floor here. If you had a bucket, you could do it. You just pour off any excess. This ensures that these blocks are completely wet. And that's how we can make it so far in between waterings. I think people tend to not put enough water in. So let's just say I poured the water in, I come back and all the water's gone. I always pour just a little bit more water in to see if it's going to be absorbed or if it sits there, because oftentimes, particularly the middle blocks, might look wet on the exterior, but on the interior they're still dry. So this ensures that your blocks are completely wet. And see here on this one, there's still a little water. See, this one sucked it all up. So I will pour some more water in here. So I hope this helps you. You never want to leave standing water in a tray. But you want to be sure that your blocks are completely moist, and then they should be good to go until the next day. So hope this helps. Happy spring!